it's an immense pleasure to have you around the table. When I say you, I'm referring to our friends from Ceridian. It's been, I remember the first meeting we had with Vidéo was about a year ago in my office, and we were discussing at the time of how to work together. We started that discussion saying we need to do something together, and how do we do that? And then we started thinking along the lines of the collaboration we have with some other groups and saying, well, we also would like to work with you and do training with you, do research with you. So all the things were like music to our ears, you know. All the time industry comes to us, we say, well, God is sending good people to us. You know, in the old years, there used to be on one side the university, and you know, I couldn't present that cartoon here, but it's no longer, you know, updated. On that side, we had the university. We were referring to the angels, and then on the other side, you know, we had the devils, and a great wall in between the two, like the wall of China, you know, big wall in between the two. So the devils were working on their side, the angels on theirs, and no connection. You know, and some were trying to go beyond the walls, but not succeeding. So now we say there's no wall, there's no angel, no devil. We're all devils or angels, I don't know, but we need to work together. That is important, and this is exactly what we would like to do at the university. So we're happy to have you here. But before going into the you know, the nitty-gritty of the thing, let me introduce to you my team. Ask Vidéo to introduce your team as well. So on our side, we have people with whom you've been interacting. We've got the Provincial Chancellor, Planning and Resources. He looks after all the relationships we have with industry. And when it comes to the digital technologies, he's also a person well versed with you know, edutech. And he's been working a lot with online technologies and so on. So he has been dealing a lot with your people. Then we have the Dean of Faculty of Information, Communication and Digital Technologies. That was something he coined. You know, very long term. Let's say IT or digital tech. Then we have Dr. Gokul, who's been championing the master's program we would like to do together with you. Then we have Mr. Bujawan. He's from our Center for Information Technology and Services at the university. Then we have our most important person, Director of Legal Advice. If he's here, it means that everything is going on well. Then we have our PRO. Mrs. Niveau is around. We have our DQA, the Director of Quality Assurance also is here. Dr. Koudabakis. Who else? Mrs. Urmila has been working. Rita has been la cheville ouvrière behind all, you know, making sure all the MoU, all the papers are here. Have I missed anybody from our side? No? Okay. I'm just informed that the Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Sobi Academia, is not able to attend. The Pro-Vice Chancellor is an important part at our university because he's responsible for all the programs. All the training, all the research goes to his office. So it has been very important for him to be here because ultimately he has to vet all the master's program that we want to do together. So with this on our side, there are, I'm sure, many more people involved at your level as well who've not been able to turn up. Just leave you the floor to go through the introduction.
Thank you, Dan Jay. A very good morning to all of you. We are so excited to be here, and I'm very pleased that today we are signing up a new chapter in our partnership with the University of Mauritius, which started some while ago. So I'm excited also that I've got a big team from Ceridian here. So there's Awad Kedu, who heads our R&D function. And Awad has been working very closely with Associate Professor Santali to get this up to speed. We have Yashvi Mongar, Director of Technology, but at the same time he engages a lot with the sector, the ecosystem, working closely with partners like Microsoft and also other companies who want to join forces. Very much the spirit of collaboration is very strong at Ceridian in our DNA. And then there's Devesh Bandhu. He's director in customer support, so he heads the application support for our SaaS part of our business. And then there's Nilesh Diabasing. Nilesh works for our services function, and he heads the shared services division. And then we have Ashley Murna, our education person, yeah. So he tried to educate our people as much as possible, yeah. And then there is Yogesh Janki. He heads the services organization at Ceridian, close to about 300 people or so. So in his area, you have implementation, professional services, shared services, etc. And then you have Cindy Ray. Yeah, she's got a very cool. She's probably got the coolest title here. She heads our people and culture team. Yeah, and Cindy also gets involved a lot with partners through various activities and initiatives that we run. And then there is Kushan. Just like you're reassured when you're a legal person here, we reassure our finance guys here. It means that we are within boundaries. Yeah. So Kushan Musa he heads our finance. At the same time, he has executive responsibility for our learning center, yeah, Ceridian Academy. And then we have Abhishek. Yeah. Abhishek has been also very involved. Abhishek is from our R&D team, and Abhishek has also been very active in the community of developers in Mauritius. So great to have all of you guys.
Thank you. And I mean, we are so happy that when I hear when looking at the list of people and the titles, what is interesting also for us is to have that component of technology into bringing this to the university. We're saying we're not no longer the only institution. We're no longer the only institution, because universities in the past were being referred to as the sole dispenser of knowledge. Now we say that we're no longer that sole dispenser of knowledge. You do a lot of things. You dispense knowledge. In fact, you don't need us. But if we work together, we can go much, much beyond what we can do right now. So that's also very important to have all these people around. I think I was reading a book recently. I was just, I'm not sure about the title. You probably read that book, Mrs. Cindy Ray. It was about, I think, dancing with disruption. Mike Lipkin, if I'm not mistaken. You can check that book. It was Mike Lipkin is a top guy in terms of getting to companies and coaching companies of how to address that issue of disruption and how to make sure that they are not disrupted. So when I see that you're dealing with people and culture, in fact, this is what he says in his book. The most important parts of a company is the person dealing with people and culture. Because how to get that culture change in the companies. We have a lot of fight in our university, getting people to understand that we need a total change in our HR. Vidéo knows a lot about that. There's a lot of discussion going on how we change the mindset of people. And getting people, believe me, getting even the university to work with industry is a total change of mindsets. So how we do that, since 2.5 years now, we have changed the vision of the university. We're saying we're no longer in the center of the marketplace. We are just part of development. So we are a partner of development. So you will no longer see the University of Mauritius in that ivory tower in the center and everybody coming to the university. This is not at all what we want to do. You will see the university as a partner of development. So we are a partner, but the private is a partner, the public is a partner, the community is a partner, the NGOs are partners. So we partner with everybody. And in the center of the marketplace, instead of seeing the university, you see innovation. So if we can do that together as partners, it makes a whole lot of difference into the model that we try to develop. So this is what we are really aiming at this university. That's why we're bringing more and more companies. Although that puts a lot of pressure on us. How much are you asking in terms of square meters? No, I'm going directly to business. It puts a lot of pressure on us, but we think that there's no alternative. We've got to go that way, but probably need to refine as we move along on the business model that we can develop together. And the discussion this morning with another person from industry saying, advising on why we should have different labs for everybody. Why should we not have one single lab put to the disposal of people, and people can add value to the lab and rent the lab and use it anytime they want, which sounds to be a much better model. We started talking about that on Monday, so we will have to probably sit together and fine-tune on how we move forward. So these are things that will. But the baseline is we got to work together and got to do the best we can together. Now, when we say we got to work together, you also need to bear in mind that it's not just a one-to-one, right? Because the university offers all it has. And when the university offers all it has, it means all its international partnerships. I was just before this meeting discussing with the Provost International at the University of Arizona in Tucson, and I know that you work a lot with the US. The Provost of the University of Arizona, with whom we work very closely, is saying, Benja, why don't you extend that partnership to us as well? So, Arizona has got, you name it, they've got very strong in cybersecurity. They are number 3 in cybersecurity. And we are launching a bachelor cyber operations with them very soon. So, getting industry on board at the university also means you can use all our networks. That is also interesting. Not only with one university, University of Arizona is setting a global macro campus with no less than 12 universities right now. And we have been advised on helping UA to drive the next step of that global macro campus, which has been more focused on teaching and learning, but moving it to more research and innovation. So, small university, I don't know how much we can offer to UA on that, but we have already made a proposal to them, which is very exciting to them, on how we can blend the SDGs and the new era of data, how we can blend the two together. So on one hand the SDGs, on the other the Industry 4.0, blending this together and finding ways and means to move forward the agenda of innovation of the next generation of technology leaders and so on. So they found this quite interesting. So with industry that can reinforce all these things. So this is what we're looking for. We're not necessarily saying that we will do only some kind of training and that's all. So we have a lot of ambition to look at the whole whole picture, and we hope that this MoU will be the trigger for many things. People say usually MoUs are just for vice chancellors to have photos and be happy. You know, I hope it's more than that. Yeah. I hope it's more than, you know, just getting a photo and signing something. It's also really going into business and doing the things. And this is the difference also that we want to bring, you know, to the university. The university is also an enterprise. It's no more, you know, just a public institution where everything comes and is done free of charge. We also like an enterprise, so we also have to develop. We also look at a budget at the end of the year. We also have to get some money to do innovative things. So this is also what we have at the back of our mind. We should look at the larger picture. So without any further ado, I will pass on to you to say a few words on how you view this collaboration. And
thank you, Jay. I think we're very much on the same wavelength in terms of where we want to take that partnership to. For those who probably don't know about Ceridian, Ceridian, we are a cloud software company, and we have been in Mauritius for almost 20 years now. One of the kind of the early movers in this industry in Mauritius, and our business has changed significantly. And today we are very much positioned as a tech company, and investing a lot in R&D, in technology. So we are a cloud software company in human capital management. That's where our specialization is. We have companies in US, Canada, UK, Mauritius, and Australia, but we serve customers in over 55 countries. In Mauritius, we have about 800 people, and primarily R&D engineers. We have people in our technology area, and also we have people in implementation and in support as well. So we build our own software, we implement our software, and we support our own software. We are not a third party, we are not an outsourcing company, and we make our living on innovation. We are in a highly competitive environment, and we invest a lot in R&D. If you look at our expenditure for R&D in Mauritius within our organization, it's close to 19%, 20%. And I think this is the only thing that will enable us to compete globally, because we are competing with the best in the market globally. So that's why this partnership is so important for us, because it brings what you can contribute to help us meet our objectives. So it's a two-way relationship. We want to invest as much as possible within your organization and vice versa. As you know, Ceridian, right from the beginning when we started in Mauritius, our vision was not only within our four walls. We actually had a vision, a national vision, right early from the start. We were one of the first companies in our industry to actually set up our academy in 2009, because we wanted to contribute to the ecosystem, building skills. As skills change so fast, everybody was struggling, HRDC was struggling to know what is the demand of the industry, and we said we are going to bring our contribution. And this has matured over the years, and today we've taken that partnership model to a different level. Mauritius, as you know, for us, we talk a lot about how to make Mauritius much more competitive. How can we bring our economy to the next level, being a higher income country, and bring more innovation and transformation. You can't do this without investing in technology. You can't do this without investing in R&D. You need to accelerate the digitization of Mauritius at all levels, whether it's in government or in industry. And then you can't be successful without talent. This is where I think any country in the world that today is really riding on the top of the economic curve has been countries where they have invested significantly in their human capital. So we want to leverage the best technologies, and also we've been talking a lot, Dr. Betu, we collaborate a lot with you and your team about how do we encourage Mauritians to actually go for STEM education. And I think unless the young people in this country see success models, unless they see that a career in technology is going to open up the horizon for them to have successful careers, to help them also not only have a job, but also be creators of solutions, be creators of products, then we will not resolve that STEM deficit. I think this is very important, yeah. As you know, many of our indicators for Mauritius has been going down, trending down over the last few years, whether it's the Global Innovation Index or the Global Competitiveness Index, and very much this is kind of connected with the fact that we don't have enough people in STEM or even in research, and we want to collaborate with you to kind of help compensate for this, yeah. And the world is changing very fast. I mean, you were talking about disruption. I mean, we view ourselves as a major disruptor in our industry, where we have challenged a lot of the incumbents over the years, and we're very proud that we have a very best-in-class technology, having won many awards for our innovation, etc. So basically what I'm saying is that we are very committed to innovation, which is very much at the basis of this whole relationship. When we wanted to do something with the University of Mauritius, we didn't want just to copy what you already have. We wanted to bring something new that nobody else is actually doing. The fact that we are a disruptor, the fact that we are a tech company, the fact that we are using our 21st century technologies, it means that we can bring a lot to this ecosystem. As you know, Ceridian, we have had many partnerships, and I'll just kind of mention a few of them, how we have been active outside our walls. We have this relationship with Microsoft, and we started a factory, and I think you guys on the campus also are actually involved with Microsoft on this. We have been very much the champion of coding programs across the island, yeah, from the north, south, east, west. And we are the private sector partner of the Ministry of Education to run coding programs across the nation, in partnership with SAP. And also UNESCO also have reached out to us to train people on the youth model program, and we had to send people to Rwanda. And also we are now trying to kind of work with the Ministry of Education to introduce coding at school, working with the BBC and the British Council, and we are starting some clubs. So these are the kind of things that we do because we believe in actually contributing to the community, not just run our own business. Yeah. Now, partnership between university and university and industry is critical for success, and I think that universities today, that relationship should be mutually beneficial. Yeah. So our expectation from you guys is to bring the kind of talent that we need, but sometimes you need also our input to actually help you to understand the demands and the needs. So companies we want to sponsor, research that you have, we want better, stronger collaboration with you to take some ideas and bring it to the next level. Okay, and I think University of Mauritius, you're definitely positioning yourself as a focal point for innovation with all that you're doing with encouraging labs and startups, etc. And so this MoU actually it has two dimensions. The first one is that we have the MSc program, MSc in technology, as a service. The differentiation with this is that we want to expose the students to the latest technology with the best practitioners in the industry on this technology. So it's going to be highly practical, that people will be able to connect what they learn to the real world and come up with solutions. This will help build the talent pipeline, and hopefully this will be a magnet for talent on the campus. And also we want to improve the employability of the graduates, yeah, making sure that when they come, they do get jobs. Not only get a job, but a job that they aspire to, a job that they can make a difference with, a good job that is exciting, that they can tell their friends about. And the second dimension to this is that we want to contribute to that innovation ecosystem. Take the ideas that are developed among the students to the next level. Give the young people the opportunity to actually create technology, create products, and build great products for Mauritius and beyond. So this is what we are trying to do in this relationship. We want to help drive that startup spirit which Mauritius badly needs if we want to improve our indicators across the board. So I'd like to thank you guys and to thank you for your leadership and your support, Vice Chancellor Jory, and also Associate Professor Santali for working tirelessly with Awad, tweaking here and there all the time. And I'm glad with that open spirit of partnership that you are opening your doors to us today. And I can give you the guarantee from my team here that we are 200% behind this and we will make it a success. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you a lot, Vidéo. And I can't add anything more to what you're saying. Just probably one thing is that there is. Everybody will be very surprised to know that Mauritius is, I think, in terms of technology index ranking, very far away. I think we're 97 out of 155 countries. I was myself shocked a few years back. I don't know whether we have made any progress since then, but when I saw that ranking a few years back, I was very shocked. That Mauritius is very badly ranked. And this has a direct correlation on the innovation ranking. Which nobody seems to have in association. Because people feel that when we're using mobile, and we have a lot of mobile penetration in our country, so with technology, we're using a lot of technology, we're fine. But we don't in fact use technology. And as you're saying, using technology across boards, we have a lot of difficulty in our country. So I talked to Umesh about that masters, which probably we need some fine tuning in terms of the scope, in terms of the title. It has to be something that that's not only attractive, but also serves the students in the future, not only for now but for the future. So we have to do some fine tuning on that, but we definitely are with you into getting to the innovation part. I think this is what we can do for our country. If we succeed on that lines, I think we'll make a lot of progress for our country. So we all look forward to that, and you feel strong enough? They're very strong there. The team there.
Thank you, Dr.
I mean, they're looking at you. So we hope that we will be able to serve. At times you have to bear with us. Things move slowly, not at the pace of industry. But we hope that in the months to come, we will get to that pace. It takes time. There's something I learned in physics a long time back. Inertia still exists. There's something called inertia. So we need that mass times acceleration, right? So we need that inertia. So we look forward to that. It will take some time, but we hope that we'll reach what we call cruising speed. Yeah. Don't aim at getting to 10,000 meters. Get it at a lower level.